This space here is to make people aware of who we are, what we do and what we stand for. I'm not here to build everybody's home. If I can have people take away a few golden nuggets from with what I'm putting out there, and then they find a great builder that's going to give them the same experience, I'm all for that. It's only going to empower them to maximise what they're going to get in the end result.
Hey guys, welcome to The Builder's Edge. I'm Norm Wales from Norm Wales Constructions. Now, for me, the whole purpose of this podcast here is to bring a little bit more awareness around the construction industry. I've been feeling for many, many years that there's not enough helpful information out there to support you guys to make the right choice. Now, we are a smaller family independent building company, and we're not here to build everybody's home. But we would definitely love to be able to work with you to facilitate your dream home. But if we don't build your new home, we want you to be able to make the right decision in choosing the right builder for you. So hopefully the information that I'm able to provide through this podcast can be informative and helpful, that you can now create your dream home. So I hope you enjoy it, and thanks for watching.
Why have you decided to take the time out and sit down here and record these podcasts?
Yeah, look, for myself there, I'm a big believer of obviously investing in yourself, but also investing in the areas that you're very passionate about. And construction for me, you know, it's a field that I thoroughly enjoy and love. But, you know, for me, it's about giving just valid information that people can digest and take, you know, for a grain of salt if they like. It's up to them how they want to digest this and how much they read into what it is, but just want to give some few hard, honest truths that are out there and those misconceptions in our wonderful building industry that we have, and just give people the tools and the knowledge to make the best choice for themselves. Like, obviously, we want to be able to facilitate and help as many people as we possibly can, but we still only want to stay a smaller family independent building company. I'm not looking at trying to become the next biggest thing in our town. I'm not interested in that. What we do now is I'm very happy with. I want to stay that way, you know. So for me, if I can get a message out to someone that's looking at building, and, you know, even if we don't build their home for them, hopefully the tools and the knowledge we've been able to give them can help them pick the right builder for them, because there are, you know, a handful of, you know, very good builders in our area. There's many others out there as well. And I think it's time that people really start investing in themselves, and then the general public and the customers there can have the honest truth of actually what goes on in the construction industry. And, you know, all I want to see is happy homeowners. You know, like, it's, as I said, it's a beautiful industry to be in. And as I said, we thoroughly enjoy what we do. I just want other, you know, positive stories being shared out there from other great builders. And instead of hearing the negatives and the horror stories all the time, you know, let's start making the news for the right reasons, not the bad reasons.
Yeah, it's so interesting because, you know, what's that saying that bad news travels twice around the world before the truth gets out of bed?
Yeah, look, there would be something like that. Like, unfortunately, you know, a lot of people can be always focused on the negatives. You could do 100 fantastic things, but this is one thing that, you know, didn't go quite to plan, and that would be the first thing people talk about, you know. So I think, you know, we all as a whole need to start, you know, celebrating the wins a little bit more, and, you know, focusing on the positive aspects and work harder to build better relationships and, you know, communicate well through those different areas, so that it becomes a win-win for all involved. You know, it doesn't have to be a difficult thing, you know, and it's going to be a lot more positive out there knowing that people are armed with the right information to make the right choice to have a great time.
Where did all this come from, and I guess when did it start for you? Because I suppose there's a lot of builders out there who aren't doing anything remotely close to what you're doing in terms of raising awareness to the building industry. But is this something that has always been a passion of yours? Is to kind of educate the market, and as you said, all you want to see is happy homeowners. Is that something you always had right from the get-go, or is that something, a passion that was developed over time?
Look, from the beginning, that's all we've ever wanted to do. Is we've always put everything into what we do, and over the years, you see and hear, unfortunately, a lot of horror stories there, and it's disheartening because it's bringing down the industry, something that I'm heavily invested in, and as I said, there's many other great building companies out there that do a fantastic job, and it's surely going to be disappointing to them as well to see that, there's a couple of bad eggs out there that just may not do the right thing. And, unfortunately then someone hears a bad story and they all think all builders are the same. They're all going to do this. And, that's where they procrastinate and safeguard themselves there, which, all due respect, we can see why. But if they can have the tools and equip themselves with the right things there to make the right choices, it's only going to empower them, to maximize, what they're going to get in the end result.
How important do you think it is that builders invest into themselves?
Oh, look, I think not just builders, but all people should invest themselves, especially if they are planning on having a professional business there. Builders, specifically, should take the time to invest in themselves through all stages of the actual sort of construction industry there, and that's, just to assist them for their day-to-day sort of stuff. And, by them educating themselves a little bit deeper, they'll probably find things a lot easier in some ways, and then find tools and ways to actually then help their customers further.
Have you noticed any sort of difference in the way that customers approach you or deal with you since you started putting out more content and started raising more awareness to the building industry?
Look, me personally, I think our customers always dealt with us the same way, but I've always been very heavily involved in being open and honest with all, our customers there. Like, I'm a big believer of calling a spade. And, some people can take that, a little bit differently, and that's okay. But I'd prefer to be upfront and honest and tell the truth and be as informative as I possibly can be. So then, they can then make the best decision for themselves.
You mentioned earlier about happy homeowners. That's all you want to see is happy homeowners. Where did that desire come from?
Look, I guess it's, for being a young fella building those little cubby houses and bits and pieces there that, you take the pride in what you do, and, working with a happy customer and giving them a product at the end there that they're proud of there. It's just, it goes full circle, and it's just like completes that fulfillment there. It's, never in anyone's interest there to sort of upset the apple cart, I guess, as you could say. But, even if there are disagreements or things that might occur, it's really important that, that open communications that are there, that you can still, move on from stuff and work together to still achieve, at the end of the day, that perfect home for the customers. So, getting to that end of it there, that is really self-satisfying for us.
With everything that you're doing here, recording a podcast, with all the content that you've created in the past and all the content you will be continuing to put out, there's going to be a lot of families who will come to you guys and may go with other builders. How does that make you feel knowing that these guys have learned from you but have gone somewhere else?
Oh, look, like I said before, this space here obviously is to make people aware of who we are, what we do and what we stand for. Look, I'm not here to build everybody's home. You know what I mean? If I can have people take away a few golden nuggets from with what I'm putting out there, and then they find a great builder that's going to give them the same experience there, I'm all for that. You know what I mean? I, highly commend them and wish them all the best on that journey. It's what I don't want to see is, that Pacific family or retired couple or whoever it happens to be not have this information and then fall into the, pitfalls and fall into that trap of then potentially not having their home completed. Do you know what I mean? And then their life savings, that dream family home, it just doesn't happen because they took the wrong path.
With everything that you've shared in the past and everything you're sharing on this podcast, to those listening now, if they were to take one thing away, what would you want them to walk away with?
Look, the number one thing, and you would have heard me say, and I continue to say there, is communication. Communication really is the key thing. The good, the bad, the ugly, it doesn't matter what it is, you've got to be able to communicate. And I think if you've got that good open rapport and that connection there, and you can talk and discuss whatever topics it happens to be, everybody's going to be on that same page and it's going to be a lot more enjoyable. So if, you're looking at building and you're going to go down that path, don't be scared in coming forward and being open and communicating with your builder. The more open you can be there, the further they're going to be able to assist you.
I love that. Before we wrap up, I've got one more question.
Okay.
And it's from our Get to Know You jar. Let's see if you can pick out a beauty. Let's have a look. Already answered this question. Oh my gosh. Let's go again. Round two. Gee whiz. Okay. This is a good question. What's your childhood dream you've never outgrown?
Look, my childhood dream I've never outgrown. Look, I guess I'm always a bit of a big kid at heart. Look, I have a little bit of a saying there that Peter Pan never grows up. So, I guess I'm a little bit like Peter Pan and just keeps living life and enjoying every moment of it there. So, I think it'd have to be the old, Peter Pan and, going down that avenue that, just enjoy life, like it's still okay to be a bit childish and be a bit young and dumb and have some fun.
Yeah.
But, no, look, definitely it's something that I definitely tend to want to enjoy, with everyone. So it's about being a bit more open-minded and a bit more relaxed at times.
I love that. That's beautiful. Well, as always, thanks, Norm.
It's all easy, mate. Appreciate it.
Cheers.
Cheers, buddy.